My dear child, do not leave yet. Before the noise of this day reaches for your attention again, before another message, another worry, another voice tries to pull you away, I want you to pause and listen, not quickly, not halfway, not while your heart is running in 10 directions. Listen with the quiet place inside you that still longs to be seen and held. This is not an accident that you are here. You did not arrive at this moment by chance. I have been reaching for you through the noise, through the pressure, through the tired mornings and the restless nights. I know how many times you have clicked away from comfort because your mind was too busy to receive it. But today, my child, stay. Let these words find the place in you that has been carrying more than it ever said out loud. I am not speaking to a crowd in a distant and general way. I am speaking to you. Yes, you sitting there with thoughts you have not explained to anyone. You who have smiled while feeling heavy. You who have tried to keep moving even when your spirit felt worn down. You who has wondered if anyone truly understands the battle behind your eyes. I understand. I see. I know the details you hide behind answers. The world is loud, but my voice is still able to reach you. The world rushes, but I am not rushing past your pain. The world measures you by what you finish, what you earn, what you fix, and what you appear to be. I look deeper. I see the heart beneath the performance. I see the child beneath the armor. I see the wound beneath the strength. And I am calling that child closer now. Do not harden your heart in this moment. Do not say you will listen later when life is calmer. You have said later before and later kept moving farther away. Today is a gift. This breath is a gift. This quiet pull inside your soul is a gift. I am not using fear to force you. I am using love to invite you. My beloved child, there is something I need you to hear before the day steals your attention again. You were not created to live beneath fear. You were not formed to walk through life with your head lowered, your shoulders tight, and your heart expecting the next bad thing. I did not breathe life into you so you could spend your days imprisoned by worry. I made you for trust. I made you for peace. I made you to carry light even when the room around you feels dark. Before any person knew your name, I knew you. Before your first breath, I had already placed purpose within you. I placed strength in you that does not depend on applause. I placed love in you that can remain tender even after disappointment. I placed a mind in you that can be renewed, steadied, and guarded by truth. You may feel shaken today, but you are not empty. There is more in you than fear has allowed you to see. Right now, wherever you are, in a bedroom, in a kitchen, in a car, at work, or alone in a quiet corner, I want you to become still for one honest moment. Take a slow breath. Let your hands loosen. Let your shoulders drop. Let the noise inside you begin to settle. You do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to sound strong. You only need to be present. Say this in your heart, or speak it softly if you can. Father, I am listening. Fear will not rule this moment. My heart belongs to you. Say it not as a magic phrase, but as a doorway opening. Say it because truth must be welcomed where lies have lived too long. Say it because your soul needs to hear your own agreement with heaven. My child, fear has tried to build a home inside your thoughts. It has tried to speak before I speak. It has told you that tomorrow will collapse, that your past will always follow you, that your prayers are too small, that your strength is gone. But fear is not your shepherd. Anxiety is not your master. The voices of panic do not have the right to guide your future. I am your shepherd. I am your father. I am the one who knows the way through what you cannot see. Do not believe the lie that this is only another ordinary message. I am reaching into the place where you have felt tired of hoping. I am placing my hand upon the area of your life that has felt stuck, cold, silent, or forgotten. I am not finished with you. Your story has not ended in the chapter that hurt you. Your life is not trapped inside the fear that has followed you. Lift your heart, beloved one, not because every situation is already easy, not because every question has already been answered. Lift your heart because I am here. Lift your heart because my love is stronger than the noise around you. Lift your heart because heaven has not turned its face away from you. I have watched over you in moments when you did not know how close I was. You may feel small, but you are held by the one who holds worlds in place. You may feel weak, but I can breathe strength into the places where your own strength has run out. You may feel unseen, but my eyes have never left you. There is no room too quiet, no road too lonely, no night too long for my presence to enter. So stay with me now. Do not rush away from the very words your soul has been needing. Let this be the beginning of a sacred pause, a holy interruption, a moment where fear loses its grip because love has entered the room. I am calling you by name. I am asking you to listen deeper, and as you listen, I will begin to show you who you truly are. You are not a forgotten person trying to survive another day. You are my child. You are loved with a love that does not break under pressure. You are being invited into freedom. Stay here, beloved one. The message has only begun, and what I am about to speak can help you rise from fear into the life I have prepared for you. My beloved child, the life I prepared for you was never meant to be ruled by fear. Fear may have walked beside you for many years, but it was never given the right to sit on the throne of your heart. It may have spoken loudly in the quiet hours, but it is not the voice that created you. It may have told you to shrink, hide, delay, and expect disaster, but I am telling you now that is not your true inheritance. I did not form you so you would wake each morning already bracing for what might go wrong. I did not breathe life into you so your mind would become a room filled with alarms. I did not place dreams inside you, only to watch fear bury them beneath excuses. My child, fear is a thief. It steals peace before trouble even arrives. It steals joy from moments that were meant to be received. It steals courage by making the future look larger than my presence. But listen to me carefully. Fear can visit, but it does not have to rule. A storm can pass over a house, but it does not own the foundation. A dark cloud can cover the sun for a while, but it cannot command the sun to stop shining. In the same way, fear may move across your thoughts, but it cannot cancel what I have spoken over your life. As it is written in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Let this truth settle in you slowly. Fear is not the gift I placed in your hands. Panic is not the garment I chose for you. Confusion is not the atmosphere I designed you to breathe. I gave you power. I gave you love. I gave you a mind that can be made steady in my truth. Power does not mean you will never feel weak. It means you are not abandoned in weakness. Love does not mean you will never be hurt. It means hurt will not get the final authority over your heart. A sound mind does not mean every thought will always be easy. It means you can bring every thought under the light of my word and learn to choose truth over terror. My child, fear has tried to convince you that it protects you. It tells you stay small and you will be safe. Never hope too much and you will avoid disappointment. Never trust again and you will avoid pain. Control every detail and nothing will fall apart. But fear is a poor shepherd. It does not lead you into life. It leads you into smaller rooms, tighter breaths, and days lived halfway. I am your shepherd. I do not lead by threats. I lead by truth, peace, correction, wisdom, and love. When I warn you, it is to protect you. When I call you forward, it is to free you. When I ask you to trust, it is not because I ignore danger. It is because I am greater than what you fear. Think of the disciples in the boat when the waves rose high and the wind beat against them. They saw the storm and believed they were perishing. Yet I was with them. I spoke to the wind. I spoke to the sea. Peace, be still. My beloved child, the storm was real, but it was not greater than my voice. Your storm is real too. I do not deny what you are facing, but I am asking you to stop giving the storm more authority than the one who stands with you. You may be afraid of sickness. You may be afraid of losing what little stability you have. You may be afraid for your children, your marriage, your future, your work, your body, your finances, or the decisions you do not know how to make. I see every fear by name. None of them are hidden from me. But I also see the strength I placed in you, strength that rises when you remember who holds you. Do not fight fear only with human effort. Bring it to me. Name it honestly in my presence. Say, Father, this is what scares me. This is where my heart trembles. This is where my imagination runs into dark places. Do not be ashamed of that honesty. I can heal what you stop hiding. I can steady what you place in my hands. Now take a breath, my child. Slowly. Receive my peace as more than an idea. Let it enter the places where fear has been tightening your chest. Let it move through the thoughts that have been racing ahead of grace. Let it remind your body that you are not alone. You are not carrying this moment by yourself. I want you to speak this truth, even if you speak it quietly. Say, fear, you are not my master. My Father is with me. My mind belongs to Christ. My future is held by God. My heart will not bow to panic. Say it not to impress anyone, but to teach your own soul what heaven already knows. When fear says you will fail, answer, my Father will guide me. When fear says you are alone, answer, the Lord is near. When fear says nothing will change, answer, God is still working. When fear says you are too weak, answer, His strength is made perfect in weakness. Do not let fear speak without truth answering back. My beloved child, courage is not the absence of trembling. Courage is choosing to trust me while your hands still shake. Courage is taking the next faithful step while your mind asks questions. Courage is staying tender after disappointment. Courage is refusing to let fear decide the size of your obedience. I am not angry with you for being afraid. I am calling you out of the prison fear built. I am opening the windows. I am letting light in. I am reminding you that you were made for more than survival. You were made to walk with me, to breathe in peace, to love boldly, to hope again, and to stand in the truth that I am with you. Today, do not let fear write the story. Let my word write it. Do not let panic choose your posture. Let trust lift your head. Do not let anxiety become the language of your future. Let faith speak over what you cannot yet see. Even now I am teaching you to breathe under my covering, to think with my truth, and to walk without needing every answer first. You do not have to defeat fear in one loud moment. Let trust become your daily step today. Stay close to me now. Fear will lose its grip as my love becomes clearer. And as fear begins to fall away, I will show you the dignity you carry. You are not a helpless soul waiting for mercy to pass by. You are my child, marked by my love and called to rise as one who belongs to the King. My beloved child, now that fear is losing its voice over you, I want you to rise and remember who you are. You are not a forgotten soul standing outside the gates hoping someone in heaven notices your need. You are not a beggar waiting for scraps of mercy to fall from a distant table. You are my child. You belong to the King, and your life carries a dignity that fear has tried to make you forget. Lift your head slowly, not with arrogance, but with holy confidence. There is a difference. Arrogance says, I need no one. Holy confidence says, my Father is with me. Arrogance is built on pride. Holy confidence is built on love. I am not calling you to act superior to others. I am calling you to stop living inferior to the lies that have been speaking over you. You have walked too long with your shoulders bent under names I never gave you. Failure, rejected, too late, not enough, unwanted, ordinary, forgotten. Those names may have been spoken by people, by pain, or by your own tired thoughts, but they did not come from my throne. I call you beloved. I call you chosen. I call you redeemed. I call you mine. As it is written in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God. My child, do not rush past those words, royal priesthood, belonging to God. This is not a decorative phrase. It is an identity. It means you carry spiritual dignity even when your circumstances look low. It means your worth is not controlled by the room you stand in, the money you have, the applause you receive, or the mistakes you regret. The enemy wants you to forget your place in my family, because a child who forgets who they are will live like a servant of fear. A royal child who believes they are abandoned will beg for peace instead of receiving it from my hand. A beloved child who thinks they are unwanted will accept things that are beneath the life I prepared for them. That is why I am speaking to your identity before I speak to your circumstances. Remember the prodigal son. He returned home expecting to be treated like a hired servant. Shame had rehearsed a speech in his mouth. Regret had convinced him that sonship was gone forever. But the father did not meet him with a contract. The father met him with an embrace. A robe was placed on his shoulders. A ring was placed on his hand. Sandals were placed on his feet. My beloved child, that is the heart of your Father. I restore identity before I discuss the work ahead. You may feel unworthy of the robe. You may wonder if the ring truly belongs on your hand. You may think too much time has passed, too much damage has happened, too much weakness has been exposed. But my love is not confused by your feelings. My mercy is not blocked by your history. When I receive you fully. When I call you, my child, I do not whisper it with hesitation. I speak it with authority. Rise then as one who is loved. Rise as one whose father has not disowned them. Rise as one whose future is not held hostage by the worst chapter. Rise as one who no longer needs to live from panic, shame, and spiritual poverty. You are not poor in love. You are not homeless in my kingdom. You are not without covering. You are under my care. This does not mean life will never challenge you. It means challenges do not define your standing. A prince may walk through a battlefield and still remain a prince. A daughter of the king may pass through a valley and still remain cherished. Your environment can be difficult, but your identity is secure. Your season can be painful, but your belonging is not in question. My child, start carrying yourself like someone heaven recognizes. Let your words change. Let your posture change. Let your prayers change. Do not pray as though you are bothering me. Come boldly, as Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16 says, to the throne of grace, that you may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. You are not sneaking into my presence. You are welcome there. When you wake in the morning, do not let fear introduce you to the day. Let truth speak first. Say, I am a child of God. I am held by my Father. I am not alone in this battle. I carry peace that the world did not give me. I walk with heaven behind me. Say it until your heart begins to remember. Say it until your thoughts stop bowing so quickly to fear. You have authority, but understand this clearly. Your authority is not for pride, control, or harshness. Your authority is the right to stand in my truth. Reject lies, resist darkness, forgive with strength, love without losing yourself, and walk forward when fear tells you to stay trapped. It is the authority to say no to what destroys your soul and yes to what leads you closer to me. Think of Esther, who was placed in a royal position during a dangerous time. She could have hidden behind comfort, but she learned that her place carried purpose. She rose with courage not because the risk disappeared, but because her calling became greater than her fear. My beloved child, you too have been placed in this moment with purpose. Your life is not random. Your voice matters. Your faith matters. Your obedience matters. Do not shrink from the life I am awakening. Do not keep sitting beside old labels as if they are still your home. Stand up inwardly. Let the robe of grace rest on your shoulders. Let the ring of belonging remind you that my covenant is stronger than your doubts. Let your steps become steadier because your Father walks with you. You are more than someone trying to make it through. You are a child of the King, learning to live from the truth of your inheritance. Peace is part of that inheritance. Wisdom is part of that inheritance. Grace, strength, courage, and hope are part of that inheritance. Receive them not as a stranger, but as one who belongs. You do not have to take them back with noise or desperation. You take them back by agreeing with my word, one faithful choice at a time. You stand where you once ran. You breathe where you once panicked. You bless where fear taught you to close your heart. This is how royal children learn to walk in freedom with me today. And as you begin to rise in this identity, I will show you the places where fear has stolen from you. Your joy, your peace, your courage, your tenderness, your hope. Those things do not belong to fear. They belong in the hands of my beloved child, and I am teaching you how to take them back. Beloved, now that you remember who you are, I want you to look with clarity at what fear has taken from you. Fear does not always steal in one dramatic moment. Sometimes it steals quietly day after day until you wake up and wonder where your joy went, where your peace went, where your courage went, where the softer parts of your heart disappeared. Fear has tried to steal your morning before the day even begins. It has tried to make you open your eyes and expect trouble. It has tried to turn ordinary moments into warnings, silence into rejection, delay into disaster, and uncertainty into a sentence against your future. My child, I did not give fear permission to write those meanings over your life. Today, I am teaching you to take back what belongs to you, not with anger, not with panic, not by pretending nothing has happened. You take it back by standing in truth. You take it back by refusing agreement with the voice that keeps shrinking your soul. You take it back by placing each stolen thing into my hands and letting me restore it with wisdom, peace, and strength. If fear has stolen your joy, begin again with gratitude. Joy does not always return as a loud celebration. Sometimes joy returns as a small light on a tired morning. It returns when you thank me for breath, for mercy, for another chance to begin. It returns when you notice the gift before you instead of staring at the problem ahead. Gratitude opens a window in a room fear tried to seal shut. Do not wait until everything feels perfect before you give thanks. Give thanks while the answer is still forming. Give thanks while the road still looks unclear. Give thanks while your heart is still learning how to trust again. This is not denial, my beloved. This is faith choosing to see that I am still present, even before the situation changes. If fear has stolen your peace, take it back through surrender. You have spent too many nights holding conversations in your mind that never healed anything. You have replayed possible outcomes, built invisible defenses, and carried tomorrow before tomorrow arrived. But peace returns when your hands open. Peace returns when you say, "Father, this belongs to you. I will do what you ask today, and I will trust you with what I cannot control." As it is written in Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 and verse 7, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving. Present your requests to God, and the peace of God will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus." My child, my peace is not fragile. It can stand guard where worry used to stand. If fear has stolen your courage, take it back one step at a time. Courage often returns through small obedience. A phone call you avoided, an apology you need to make, a boundary you need to speak with love, a dream you need to stop burying, a prayer you need to pray again. Do not wait until you feel fearless. Walk with me while your hands still tremble, and courage will grow as you move. Remember David when he faced Goliath. He did not stand there because the giant looked small. He stood there because he remembered who I was. He had seen my faithfulness in hidden fields before he faced a public battle. My beloved child, your fear may look large today, but it is not larger than the God who has already carried you through many unseen places. If fear has stolen tenderness from your heart, take it back by refusing to let pain make you hard. I know why you built walls. I know who disappointed you. I know the moments that taught you to protect yourself, but not every wall is wisdom. Some walls keep out the very love, healing, and connection you have been praying for. Let me teach you how to be guarded by truth without becoming closed to love. Tenderness is not weakness. It is strength that has refused to become cruel. It is a heart that still chooses compassion after being tested. It is forgiveness that does not excuse wrong, but also does not allow bitterness to become your home. Fear wants you suspicious of every kindness. I want you wise, discerning, and still able to love. If fear has stolen hope, take it back by remembering my faithfulness. Hope is not a fantasy. Hope is trust anchored in my character. Hope says I do not see the whole road, but my Father does. Hope says this chapter is painful, but it is not the final page. Hope says the night has been long, but morning still belongs to God. Think of Ruth standing on a road of loss. Her future looked uncertain. Her old life had been emptied in ways she could not control. Yet through one faithful step after another, I was leading her into a story of provision, belonging, and purpose. She did not see the whole picture at once. She simply kept walking with loyalty and trust. My child, that is how hope moves one step at a time. Fear has also tried to steal your voice. It has made you quiet when truth needed to be spoken gently. It has made you swallow prayers, hide your faith, and lower your expectations because you did not want to be disappointed again. I am returning your voice to you. Not a harsh voice, not a proud voice, a steady voice. A voice that can say, I still believe. I still belong to God. I will not let fear decide my future. Speak life over your home. Speak peace over your thoughts. Speak blessing over the people you love. Speak truth over your body when worry rises. Speak wisdom over your finances when pressure comes. Speak hope over the place that feels stuck. Your words matter not because they are magic, but because words aligned with faith help your heart stand where fear wanted it to collapse. My beloved child, taking back what fear stole does not mean you will never feel afraid again. It means fear will no longer keep the keys. It means joy can return, peace can return, courage can return, tenderness can return, hope can return. Your heart can breathe again. So begin today. Take back one thing. Thank me for one mercy. Release one burden. Speak one truth. Choose one act of courage. Offer one gentle response where fear expected you to close. These small holy choices become a path of restoration. I am restoring what fear tried to drain from you. I am calling life back into dry places. I am teaching you to rise not as someone fighting alone, but as my beloved child walking with me. And as you begin to take back what was stolen, I will show you the next burden that must be released. You cannot carry restored joy with clenched hands forever. Soon, my child, I will ask you to let go of the steering wheel and trust me more deeply. My beloved child, now that I am teaching you to take back what fear tried to steal, I want to show you one of the places where fear has been hiding. It has been hiding inside your need to control everything. It has been sitting behind your planning, your overthinking, your silent panic, and the pressure you feel to hold every piece of life together with your own tired hands. I see you gripping the steering wheel of your life so tightly that your soul has forgotten how to rest. You watch every turn, every delay, every closed door, every change in someone's tone, every unexpected bill, every message that goes unanswered. You try to calculate what might happen next, as if enough worry could protect you from pain. But worry has never been a shield, my child. It is a weight. You have believed that if you stay alert enough, nothing will surprise you. If you work hard enough, nothing will fall apart. If you think through every possible outcome, you will finally feel safe. But safety built on control will always demand more from you. It will ask for your sleep. It will ask for your peace. It will ask for your joy. It will ask for your body, until you are living each day exhausted but still unable to let go. I see the lists you make in your mind before your feet even touch the floor. I see the way your chest tightens when plans change. I see how you try to fix people who must choose healing for themselves. I see how you carry conversations before they happen, outcomes before they arrive, and responsibilities that were never placed in your hands by me. My child, hear me. Your desire to care is not wrong. Your sense of responsibility is not wrong. Your love for the people around you is not wrong. But when care turns into control, it begins to crush the very heart that wanted to love well. When responsibility becomes fear in a disciplined costume, it becomes a burden I never asked you to carry. As it is written in Matthew chapter 6, verse 27, can any one of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? Let that question meet you. Worry feels active, but it cannot create peace. Worry feels serious, but it cannot command tomorrow. Worry feels like preparation, but it often only rehearses pain that has not happened. I am not asking you to become careless. I am not asking you to ignore wisdom, responsibility, or effort. I am asking you to stop confusing control with faithfulness. Faithfulness does what love requires today. Control tries to own tomorrow. Faithfulness listens, obeys, serves plans wisely, and then rests in my hands. Control keeps returning to the same fear, hoping one more thought will finally make the future safe. Think of Martha, busy and anxious, carrying the weight of many tasks, while Mary sat near me and listened. Martha was not evil. She was serving. She was trying to do something good. But her heart became troubled and pulled in many directions. My beloved child, I did not shame her. I invited her back to what mattered most. I am inviting you the same way. Come back from the storm of many things. Sit near me again. You have been driving for so long that you think if you release the wheel, everything will crash, but my hands are not weak. I was holding you before you understood how to hold anything. I held you through seasons you thought would destroy you. I held you when your plans broke. I held you when people left. I held you when you did not know what to pray. I have not lost my grip on your life. The truth is, you were never the one holding the road together. I was. You were never the one keeping the sun in place, breath in your lungs, mercy beneath your feet, or grace over your story. I was. Your control did not bring you this far. My faithfulness did. So loosen your hands, beloved. Not all at once, if that feels too frightening. Begin with one finger, one burden, one outcome. One person you cannot fix, one tomorrow you cannot solve tonight. Place it before me and say, Father, this belongs to you. Teach me what is mine to do and help me release what was never mine to carry. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your mind stop running ahead as if it must scout the entire future before you can take the next step. I am already in the future you fear. I am already present in the conversation you dread. I am already working in the situation that feels beyond your reach. You do not have to arrive before me. I am there. My child, control makes life feel narrow. Trust makes room for breath. Control says if I do not manage every detail, I will lose everything. Trust says even if I do not understand every detail, my Father is faithful. Control demands proof before peace. Trust receives peace because my character is enough. Remember Moses standing before the sea with danger behind him and water before him. There was no human strategy that could turn that moment into safety. but I made a way where there was no way. The path did not appear while they were still in Egypt, and it did not appear in their imagination. It appeared when it was needed. My child, some paths open only as you trust me enough to stand still and follow. You have tried to carry the people you love, but you are not their savior. You have tried to control the timing, but you are not the maker of time. You have tried to secure every outcome, but you are not the author of every chapter. I am. Let me be God in the places where you have been trying to be strong beyond your design. This is where peace begins to return. Not when you finally control everything, but when you finally realize you do not have to. You can work with diligence and still rest. You can love deeply and still release. You can plan wisely and still surrender. You can care without collapsing under the weight of what only I can carry. Stay with me here, beloved child. The wheel does not need your desperate grip. Your life is not safer because your hands are tense. Your heart is not stronger because your mind never rests. Let go a little more. Breathe a little deeper. Trust that the Father who holds the universe is able to hold your home, your future, your family, your healing, and your next step. And as your hands begin to open, I will teach you the deeper victory of surrender. You will see that surrender is not defeat. It is not weakness. It is not losing. It is the sacred moment when a tired child stops fighting alone and falls into the everlasting arms of the Father who has been ready to carry them all along. My beloved child, when your hands begin to open, you may feel as if something inside you is losing control. You may think surrender means weakness. You may think it means you have stopped caring, stopped fighting, or stopped believing for something better. But hear me clearly. Surrender to me is not defeat. It is the moment your tired soul stops wrestling alone and remembers that the Father is stronger than the burden. The world has taught you to hold tightly. It has told you that the strong person controls every outcome, hides every weakness, answers every question, and never admits when the weight is too heavy. But my kingdom does not work that way. In my kingdom, strength often begins when a child finally whispers, "Father, I cannot carry this without you." I am not asking you to drop your life in carelessness. I am asking you to place your life in my hands. There is a holy difference. Carelessness walks away from responsibility. Surrender brings responsibility into my presence and says, "Show me what is mine to do and hold what only you can hold." That kind of surrender is wisdom. That kind of surrender is freedom. You have carried things that were never meant to live on your shoulders. You carried the future as if you could force it to become safe. You carried people as if your love alone could change their hearts. You carried guilt as if punishing yourself could rewrite yesterday. You carried worry as if enough fear could become protection. No wonder your soul is tired. Come now, lay it down. Lay down the unpaid bills that make your stomach tighten. Lay down the medical words that made your heart tremble. Lay down the family tension that keeps circling your thoughts. Lay down the dream that feels delayed. Lay down the child you cannot control. Lay down the relationship you cannot heal by your own strength. Lay down the question that keeps you awake when the house is silent. I am not distant from any of it. I know each burden by name. I know the weight of it. I know how long you have carried it. I know the private ways it has changed your sleep, your breathing, your patience, your smile, and your ability to enjoy the present moment. I have seen you trying to be strong while quietly feeling like you are fading. That is why I am calling you into surrender. Not because I want to take something good from you, but because I want to give your soul room to breathe again. The hands that surrender are not empty for long. When you release fear, I fill you with peace. When you release control, I fill you with trust. When you release shame, I fill you with mercy. When you release the need to know everything, I fill you with my presence. As it is written in Psalm chapter 55, verse 22, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you." Notice, my beloved child, I do not say, "Cast your burden on me, and I may remember you." I say, "I will sustain you." That means I will hold you up when your strength is thin. I will steady your heart when life shakes. I will carry what would crush you if you kept pretending you could bear it alone. Say these words slowly, not as performance, but as surrender. Father, not my will, but yours be done. Say it with the part of you that is afraid. Say it with the part of you that still wants to manage every detail. Say it with the part of you that does not understand the timing. These words are not the sound of losing. They are the sound of trust becoming stronger than fear. When I prayed those words in the garden, I was not weak. I was surrendered. I was honest about the weight before me, and I yielded to the will of the Father. My child, surrender does not require you to pretend the cup is not heavy. It means you trust the Father even when the path is costly, unclear, or painful. There is a peace that comes after surrender that your mind cannot manufacture. It may not arrive with noise. It may come like a blanket over your chest. It may come as a slower breath. It may come as the first night in a long time when your thoughts are not running in circles. It may come as a simple knowing that you are not alone and you are not responsible for being God. You were never meant to be the healer of every wound, the provider of every answer, the fixer of every person, the protector of every tomorrow, or the savior of every story. I am God, my child. Let me be God. Let me stand in the place you have been trying to fill with exhausted strength. Think of Abraham placing Isaac on the altar. It was not a surrender without pain. It was surrender that trusted my character beyond what his eyes could understand. And I provided. I revealed that my faithfulness was already present on the mountain. Beloved, some provision is only seen after the heart chooses to trust. Do not fear the altar of surrender. The altar is not where I destroy what I love. It is where I separate you from the false belief that you must control what you love in order to keep it safe. What belongs in my hands is always safer there than in your fearful grip. So open your hands again. Name one thing you have been clutching too tightly. Place it before me. Do not take it back the moment silence feels uncomfortable. Leave it with me. Return to me when your thoughts run toward it again. Surrender may begin in one prayer, but it becomes a way of walking. Each time fear tells you to grab the burden again, answer with trust. Say, Father, I have given this to you. Teach me to obey today and rest tonight. That is enough for this moment. You do not need tomorrow's grace before tomorrow arrives. You need today's grace, and I am giving it now. Surrender is victory over the lie that you are alone. It is victory over the pressure to perform. It is victory over the endless need to manage what is beyond your reach. It is not giving up. It is coming home to the one who has been holding you all along. Rest here for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let peace settle where control used to tighten. Let my love quiet the place that kept saying, what if? You are safe in my hands. Your life is safe in my hands. Your future is safe in my hands. And as you learn to surrender, I will teach you to trust my timing. You have watched the clock believing you are late, forgotten, or running out of chances. But I am the Lord of time, and the next step is learning that my timing is not your enemy. It is part of my love, my beloved child. When you place your burdens in my hands, the next thing your heart often asks is, but when? When will the door open? When will the prayer be answered? When will the pain lift? When will the relationship heal? When will the pressure stop? I hear those questions and I do not despise them. I know what it feels like inside you when time seems to move slowly while your need feels urgent. You have watched calendars turn and wondered if your season has passed you by. You have seen others move forward and quietly asked why you are still waiting. You have looked at your age, your energy, your bank account, your family, your body, your missed chances, and fear has whispered it is too late now. But my child, fear does not understand my timing. Fear only counts delay. I count formation. I am the Lord of time. I am not trapped by clocks, deadlines, closed doors, or human opinions about what should have happened by now. I see the beginning and the end in one clear view. What feels like a long pause to you may be a hidden preparation in my hands. What feels like delay may be protection. What feels like silence may be a deeper work taking place beneath the surface. A seed does not break the soil the moment it is planted. It waits in darkness not because it has been forgotten, but because life is forming where eyes cannot see. Roots grow before fruit appears. Strength forms before doors open. Wisdom is built before influence is given. My beloved child, I have not been wasting your waiting. I have been shaping you inside it. You may think you are behind because your path does not look like someone else's path. But comparison has made many of my children call blessing slow when it is actually right on time. Do not measure your life by another person's season. You do not know what I am doing in them, and they do not know what I am forming in you. Walk with me, not with the timeline of the crowd. Remember Abraham and Sarah. Years passed. Their bodies aged. The promise seemed impossible to human eyes, yet my word did not expire. I did not forget what I had spoken. At the appointed time, Isaac came. My child, I am not limited by the age of a body, the opinion of people, or the weakness of circumstances. What I promise I know how to bring forth in the right way and at the right time. But I want you to understand something carefully. Trusting my timing does not mean demanding that I fulfill every desire exactly as you imagined. It means believing my love is wiser than your fear. It means trusting that if I close one door, I am not cruel. If I slow one road, I am not absent. If I redirect one plan, I am not punishing you. I am leading you with wisdom greater than the wisdom you can see today. As it is written in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11, I have made everything beautiful in its time, not everything rushed, not everything forced, beautiful in its time. My beloved, there is a time for planting, a time for pruning, a time for healing, a time for learning, a time for release, and a time for harvest. Do not curse the season because it is not yet harvest. Every faithful season has purpose. I know you want clarity. I know you want a sign that things are moving. I know you want to feel certain that you have not missed your chance. So hear me now. If your heart is still turned toward me, your story is not over. If you are still breathing, I am still working. If the door has not opened yet, do not assume the house is empty. I may be preparing the room. I am teaching you to stop treating time as an enemy and start seeing it as a servant in my hands. Even the waiting days can become holy when you let me fill them with patience, courage, wisdom, peace, and quiet, lasting joy. Think of Joseph. He had dreams, but before he stood in authority, he passed through betrayal, slavery, false accusation, and prison. To human eyes, each delay looked like a denial, but I was weaving purpose through places that seemed wasted. The prison did not cancel the dream. It prepared the man who would one day steward the dream with wisdom. My child, I know how to use the hidden years. Your waiting is not proof that I have forgotten you. Waiting can teach you to listen. Waiting can soften pride. Waiting can expose false motives. Waiting can deepen compassion. Waiting can train your hands for what they will one day carry. If I gave you certain things too early, they might crush you. My love sometimes says, wait, because I am building the strength to hold the blessing well. Do not let impatience push you into doors I have not opened. Do not let loneliness push you into relationships that do not carry peace. Do not let fear of missing out make you grab what I never placed in your hand. A rushed blessing can become a burden when it is taken outside my timing. Stay near me. Let my peace guide your steps. And while you wait live, do not put your whole life on pause. Love the people near you. Do the good you can do today. Pray with honesty. Serve with humility. Learn what I am teaching. Rest when your body needs rest. Prepare quietly. There is faithfulness available in the waiting room. There is worship available in the hallway before the next door opens. My beloved child, I am not late. I am not careless. I am not confused. The clock that makes you panic does not rule my hand. The years that seem lost to you can still be gathered by me. I can restore wisdom, peace, courage, and opportunity in ways you cannot predict. I can make a path where you see only an ending. So trust me with the timing. Trust me with the unopened door. Trust me with the unanswered question. Trust me with the dream that feels buried. Trust me with the relationship you cannot force. Trust me with the healing that takes longer than you hoped. I am working in ways you would not understand if I showed you all of them at once. Let this be your prayer today. Father, I trust your timing more than my panic. I trust your wisdom more than my clock. I trust your love more than my fear. Teach me to wait with faith and walk with peace. And as you trust my timing, I will also ask you to stop living in the old places I have already called you out of. Waiting with me is not the same as staring backward. The next step is to turn away from the graveyard of past mistakes and receive the mercy that has already covered what you cannot change. My beloved child, as you learn to trust my timing, I must also speak to the place where your eyes keep turning. You cannot walk peacefully into what I am preparing while your heart keeps standing among the stones of yesterday. You cannot receive the mercy of this moment while digging through the graveyard of what cannot be changed. I am calling you out of that place now with tenderness and authority. You have visited that graveyard too often. You know the paths there by memory. You return to the argument that went too far. You return to the decision you wish you had made differently. You return to the person you disappointed, the chance you missed, the words you spoke, the silence you kept, the door that closed the habit that embarrassed you. the season where you did not recognize yourself. My child, I know those places. I saw them all. But I did not show you mercy so you could keep living beside what mercy has already covered. I did not forgive you so you could keep rehearsing your guilt as if shame were proof of humility. Shame is not repentance. Shame is a prison. Repentance turns your heart toward me and opens the door to life. Shame turns your face toward the past and tells you to stay there forever. Hear me clearly. Your past is not your home. It is a chapter, not your identity. It is a place I can redeem, not a throne that should rule you. The enemy wants you staring backward because a soul trapped in regret struggles to move forward with faith. If he cannot destroy your future, he will try to keep your eyes so fixed on yesterday that you cannot see the path I am opening today. As it is written in Isaiah chapter 43 verse 18 and verse 19, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. My beloved child, I did not say the former things never happened. I said, do not dwell there. Do not build a house in the ruins. Do not keep sleeping beside the ashes. Look up. I am doing a new thing." You may say, "But Father, I failed." I know. You may say, "But I hurt someone." I know. You may say, "But I lost time." I know. You may say, "But I cannot undo what happened." I know, my child. I am not asking you to deny truth. I am asking you to bring truth into my mercy and stop letting regret become your master. There are things to learn from the past, but there is a difference between learning and living there. Learning gathers wisdom and follows me forward. Living there keeps reopening wounds until they cannot heal. Learning says, "Father, teach me." Living there says, "I am finished." And I am telling you, you are not finished. Remember Peter after he denied me. He heard the rooster crow, and the weight of what he had done broke his heart. He wept bitterly. Yet his failure was not the final word over him. After my resurrection, I came to him with restoration. I asked him to love, to feed, to follow. I did not erase the lesson, but I removed the condemnation. My child, I can restore what failure tried to name forever. Do not let one dark night define the whole sky. Do not let one chapter of weakness convince you that the book is ruined. I am the author of redemption. I know how to write grace into pages you thought were only covered with regret. I know how to bring wisdom from pain, humility from failure, compassion from loss, and testimony from places you once wanted to hide. My beloved child, some of your sorrow has become familiar. It has sat with you for so long that releasing it feels almost unsafe. You wonder who you would be if you stopped blaming yourself. You wonder if forgiving yourself would dishonor what happened. But mercy does not make sin small. Mercy makes my love great. Forgiveness does not say the wound did not matter. Forgiveness says the cross was enough. As it is written in Psalm chapter 103 verse 12, "As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us." Do you understand what this means? I have not kept your sin close, so I can pull it out again when you feel hopeful. I have removed it, I have covered it, I have answered it with blood, mercy, and love. So stop carrying the old evidence against yourself. Stop collecting memories as if you are the prosecutor of your own soul. Bring the file to me. Bring the accusation. Bring the secret replay that has exhausted your mind. Place it before the cross. Let my finished work speak louder than your unfinished feelings. You may still need to make amends where wisdom allows. You may still need to choose a new path. You may still need to grow, apologize, repair, and walk differently. Grace does not make you careless. Grace makes you free enough to change without being crushed by shame. I will guide you in what is yours to do. But what is not yours is eternal self-punishment. Think of Paul, who once persecuted my people. His past was not small, yet grace met him on the road and changed the direction of his life. I did not pretend his past was harmless, but I did not let his past cancel his calling. The same man who once brought fear became a messenger of hope. My child, redemption is able to reach even the places that seem impossible to rewrite. I am not finished with you because you have regrets. I am not ashamed to call you mine because your story has scars. I am not standing at the gate of your future with arms crossed, reminding you of what you did wrong. I am standing with mercy, calling you forward. I am lifting your chin from the ground of yesterday. Breathe now. Let the old scene loosen its grip. Let the heavy replay slow down. Let the words I should have, I could have, if only I had, lose their power in my presence. You cannot live today while chained to every yesterday. I have given you this breath. I have given you this moment. Receive it. My beloved child, step away from the graveyard. Leave the flowers of regret there. Leave the stones of accusation there. Leave the old names there. Walk with me into the light of mercy. Your past may have shaped lessons, but it does not own your destiny. I am still leading you, and as you leave that place, I will teach your mouth a new language. You will no longer speak only in bitter what-ifs. You will begin to speak thank you for mercy. Thank you for grace. Thank you for the way I carried you, even when you could not carry yourself. The next step is learning to turn regret into gratitude before me. Today, my beloved child, today I want to change the language that has been echoing inside your heart. For too long, regret has taught you to speak in bitter what-ifs. What if I had chosen differently? What if I had answered with more patience? What if I had stayed? What if I had left sooner? What if I had been wiser? What if I had loved better? What if I had not wasted that season? I have heard every one of those questions. I have heard them when you whispered them in the dark. I have heard them when they came as a sudden ache in the middle of an ordinary day. I have heard them when you looked at old pictures, old messages, old rooms, old memories, and felt the weight of another life you think you could have lived. But my child, what-ifs can become a hallway with no door. You walk back and forth inside them, searching for an answer that cannot change the past. You rehearse, imagine, punish, and compare. Yet when you are finished, your heart is still tired, and yesterday is still yesterday. I am not calling you to spend your strength inside a hallway I have already opened a way out of. Let me teach your soul a new language. Not a language that denies pain. Not a language that pretends your choices never mattered. A language of grace. A language of mercy. A language that says, Father, thank you for meeting me even there. Thank you for forgiving what I cannot undo. Thank you for teaching me through what I did not understand. Thank you for carrying me when I was too ashamed to lift my face. Gratitude does not erase the lesson. It releases the chain. Gratitude does not call wrong things right. It calls my mercy greater than the wrong. Gratitude does not pretend the wound was small. It declares that my healing is deeper. When you thank me in the place where regret used to rule, you are not minimizing your story. You are placing your story under redemption. As it is written in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, give thanks in all circumstances. Notice, beloved, I did not say give thanks for every evil thing. I said give thanks in all circumstances. There is a holy difference. You do not thank me for betrayal as if betrayal were good. You thank me that betrayal did not destroy my plan. You do not thank me for loss as if loss did not hurt. You thank me that I remained with you in the valley. So when your mind says, what if I had been a better parent? Answer, thank you, Father, for grace that can still work in my family. When your mind says, what if I had protected that relationship? Better answer, thank you for teaching me how to love with wisdom. When your mind says, what if I ruined my opportunity? Answer, thank you that no closed door can close your faithfulness over my life. When regret says you failed beyond repair, answer, thank you, Father, that your mercy is new today. When shame says you should never lift your head again, answer, thank you that the cross speaks louder than accusation. When sorrow says you lost too much time, answer, thank you that you are able to restore meaning even in the years I do not understand. My beloved child, I know it may feel strange at first. Your heart has practiced regret for a long time. It has learned the rhythm of blaming itself. It has learned to return to painful scenes like a person touching a bruise again and again to see if it still hurts. But now I am teaching your heart a new rhythm. Instead of returning to the bruise, return to my mercy. Remember the woman at the well. She carried a complicated story, a history people could easily judge and reduce to a label. Yet I met her at the place where she came for ordinary water. I spoke to her with dignity. I offered living water. I did not let her past have the last word. And when grace touched her, she went back to her town with a new voice. My child, mercy can turn a guarded person into a witness. This is what I am doing in you. I am not asking you to forget every lesson. I am asking you to stop letting regret become your teacher. Let grace teach you now. Grace will show you how to apologize without being crushed. Grace will show you how to change without hating yourself. Grace will show you how to remember without returning to bondage. Grace will show you how to say thank you while tears are still drying. There is power in this shift. What if keeps your eyes locked on a version of life that no longer exists? Thank you opens your eyes to the mercy that exists right now. What if asks a question shame cannot answer? Thank you receives the answer love has already given. What if keeps the wound talking? Thank you allows healing to speak. Say it slowly, my beloved. Father, thank you for forgiving me. Thank you for not leaving me in my worst moment. Thank you for seeing the whole story when I could only see the broken piece. Thank you for using even painful lessons to make my heart wiser, softer, and more dependent on you. Thank you for the people I could not keep because you can still hold them. Thank you for the doors that closed because you can still lead me. Thank you for the tears that taught me compassion. Thank you for the silence that taught me to listen. Thank you for the waiting that taught me patience. Thank you for the mercy that found me when I stopped knowing how to find myself. My child, do not rush this. Gratitude is not a sentence you say once and never need again. It is a path you walk. Every time regret rises, bring it back into thanksgiving. Every time the old question appears, answer it with trust. Every time your mind tries to drag you backward, let your mouth open a window toward me. I am washing the bitterness from your what-ifs. I am turning old questions into altars of remembrance. The places you once visited with shame can become places where you remember how faithfully I carried you. You will begin to see that I was present even when you were confused. I was patient even when you were wandering. I was kind even when you were hard on yourself. You are learning to speak from mercy now, and a heart that speaks from mercy begins to live differently. It becomes less afraid of people, less controlled by shame, less silent about grace. So as thanksgiving rises in you, I will call you to something braver. Do not hide what I have done. Do not bury the faith that saved you. The next step is learning to stand openly as one who belongs to me, with courage, humility, and steady peace. My beloved child, as thanksgiving begins to rise inside you, I am calling you to stop hiding the faith that has carried you this far. Do not bury the light I placed within you because you are afraid of being misunderstood. Do not silence the hope that saved you because the world around you has grown uncomfortable with holy things. You belong to me, and belonging to me is not something to be ashamed of. I know the pressure you have felt. I see you in the workplace choosing your words carefully because you do not want anyone to think you are strange. I see you at family tables lowering your voice when the conversation turns toward belief. I see you smiling quietly when others mock prayer, scripture, church, or the name that is most precious to you. I see the ache in your chest when you wish you had spoken but fear told you to stay small. My child, I understand why you hid. The fear of rejection is real. The desire to be accepted is real. You were not made without a need for belonging. I placed within you the ability to love, connect, and live in community. But when the need to be accepted becomes stronger than your willingness to stand in truth, your soul begins to shrink. Slowly you start living two lives, one visible to people and one hidden with me. I am not calling you to become loud in pride. I am not calling you to argue shame or force others to listen. I am calling you to holy courage. Courage that speaks truth with gentleness. Courage that carries conviction without cruelty. Courage that refuses to deny me, even when the room grows quiet. Courage that lets your life become a steady lamp in places where many hearts are confused. As it is written in Romans chapter 1 verse 16, I am not ashamed of the gospel because it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes. Let those words become strength in your mouth. The gospel is not an embarrassing opinion. It is life. It is mercy for the guilty, hope for the tired, healing for the wounded, direction for the lost, and forgiveness for the one who thinks they have gone too far. Do not hide what has healed you. Do not hide the name that met you in your lowest place. Do not hide the truth that gave you breath when anxiety tried to close around your chest. Someone near you may be smiling on the outside while quietly drowning on the inside. Someone near you may need the very hope you keep locked behind polite silence. This does not mean you must preach in every conversation. It means you must stop pretending I am not the center of your life. Let your words be honest. Let your peace be visible. Let your decisions show that you serve a kingdom greater than approval. When someone asks where your strength comes from, do not make yourself the answer. Point gently to me. Remember Daniel in a foreign land. He served with excellence, wisdom, and respect, yet he did not hide his devotion to me. When pressure came, he continued to pray. He did not need to perform rebellion for attention. His faith was steady because his heart was anchored. My beloved child, this is the kind of boldness I am forming in you. Not noisy boldness, faithful boldness. You can honor people and still honor me first. You can be kind and still be clear. You can listen well and still refuse to betray your convictions. You can love those who disagree with you and still stand firm in what is true. The world often thinks bold faith must be harsh, but I am teaching you another way. A life full of truth and love carries more power than 1,000 arguments spoken in anger. My child, do not let fear write your testimony in silence. There are words you need to speak. There are prayers you need to stop hiding. There are invitations you need to offer. There are moments when you need to say, I believe God is still good. I believe prayer matters. I believe Jesus is my Savior. I believe hope is not foolish. Speak when I open the door and speak with the Spirit I give you. If they laugh, do not let laughter steal your peace. If they misunderstand, do not let misunderstanding make you bitter. If they walk away, do not let their distance make you deny what is eternal. You are not living for the approval of people who cannot carry your soul. You are living before the eyes of the Father who knows you completely and loves you without condition. As it is written in Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Beloved, light does not need to shout at darkness. It simply shines. When your coworkers panic, let your calm trust shine. When your family speaks fear, let your prayerful peace shine. When others repay insult with insult, let your patience shine. When the world grows colder, let your love shine warmer. Do not underestimate the witness of a quiet life surrendered to me. The way you forgive may preach louder than your words. The way you keep integrity when no one checks may reveal my holiness. The way you stay gentle under pressure may open a heart that arguments could never reach. Your life can become a doorway through which others glimpse my goodness. I have placed my Spirit within you, not to keep you hidden forever, but to guide you into truth, fill you with love, and give you courage when your natural strength feels small. You are not speaking alone. You are not standing alone. When you speak truth in humility, heaven stands with you. When you choose light over fear, I strengthen you from within. Begin with one honest step today. Mention my name without fear when the moment is right. Offer to pray for someone who is hurting. Share the reason your heart still hopes. Let your home hear worship again. Let your children, your friends, and even your own tired soul see that faith is not a decoration for Sundays, but the breath that carries you through every day. I will help you. I will make your courage gentle and your gentleness strong before others with grace. So lift your head, my beloved child. Let the hidden faith become visible in the way you live. Speak love, forgive, give, and hope. Do not wear your belief like a secret you must apologize for. Wear it like a garment of grace. Let it cover your decisions, your conversations, your work, your family, and your quiet moments. And as you stop hiding your faith, I will teach you how to shine without striving. The next step is not to fight every critic or win every argument. It is to become a living light in a dark world, steady, humble, warm, and impossible to ignore, because my love is burning within you. My beloved child, as your hidden faith begins to come into the open, I want you to understand what it means to shine in a dark world. I am not asking you to become harsh. I am not asking you to win every argument. I am not asking you to carry anger in the name of truth. I am calling you to become a living light, steady, warm, clear, and impossible to ignore, because my love is alive within you. Darkness often becomes loud. It raises its voice in fear, confusion, bitterness, mockery, and despair. It fills rooms with panic. It fills homes with tension. It fills conversations with blame. But my child, you do not defeat darkness by becoming another kind of darkness. You overcome darkness by carrying light that refuses to be put out. A lamp does not argue with the night. It simply shines. A candle does not shout at the room. It gives what it has been given. In the same way, your life can speak with a quiet strength that reaches places words cannot reach. When you remain peaceful where others are anxious, you shine. When you answer gently where others are sharp, you shine. When you forgive where bitterness is expected, you shine. When you keep hope alive where others have surrendered to despair, you shine. As it is written in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Notice, beloved, the light is not for your fame. It is not so people will admire how spiritual you look. It is so they may see my goodness through the way you live. True light does not point to itself. True light makes the Father visible. I know the world around you can feel heavy. You hear people speak as if everything is falling apart. You see fear spreading through families, workplaces, neighborhoods, and screens. You watch kindness grow thin. You watch patience disappear. You watch many people protect themselves by becoming cold. But I did not place my Spirit in you so you would blend into the fear around you. I placed my Spirit in you so you could carry a different atmosphere. You are not called to panic with the crowd. You are called to stand with peace. You are not called to repay harshness with harshness. You are called to answer with wisdom. You are not called to hide when the room grows dark. You are called to shine brighter, not from pride, but from surrender. Think of Stephen. Even when surrounded by hostility, his face reflected something heaven-born. His courage was not cruel. His faith was not empty noise. His spirit remained fixed on me. My beloved child, this is the kind of light I am forming in you. A light that does not depend on friendly circumstances. A light that can remain clear even when pressure rises. Do not underestimate the power of your ordinary witness. The way you treat the tired cashier matters. The way you speak to the person who cannot benefit you matters. The way you respond when no one apologizes matters. The way you keep integrity when compromise would be easier matters. The way you pray quietly before making a decision matters. These things may look small to the world, but they shine before me. Many people are not first convinced by arguments. They are touched by peace they cannot explain. They notice patience that should have run out. They notice generosity that does not demand attention. They notice a heart that has suffered but has not become cruel. Your life can become a question in someone else's heart. They may wonder, how can this person still hope? How can this person still love? How can this person remain calm? And through that wondering, I can open a door. This does not mean you pretend everything is fine. Light is not denial. Light does not say the darkness is not real. Light says the darkness is not final. You can acknowledge pain and still carry hope. You can grieve and still trust. You can be honest about difficulty and still refuse to spare the throne. This is the witness that carries weight of faith that does not collapse when life becomes hard. My child, your home can become a place where light lives. Not because everything is perfect there, but because my presence is welcome there. Speak words that build instead of break. Pray over the rooms where tension has settled. Bless the people you love even when they are difficult. Let worship return to the spaces where worry has been loud. Let forgiveness interrupt the cycles that have repeated too long. Your workplace can become a place where light enters, not because you force conversations, but because you carry honesty, diligence, respect, and peace. When others gossip, you can choose honor. When others complain endlessly, you can choose gratitude. When others cut corners, you can choose integrity. My light often enters ordinary places through ordinary obedience. Your community can see light through the way you serve. A kind word, a patient response, a meal given, a door held open, a phone call made at the right time, a prayer whispered for someone who does not know you are praying. Do not dismiss these things. In a dark world, even small lights guide tired hearts. But guard your heart, beloved. Do not shine for applause. Do not serve so others will call you holy. Do not turn your light into performance. Stay near me. Let your brightness come from communion, not exhaustion. A lamp must remain connected to the source. If you try to shine from your own strength, you will grow weary and resentful. If you shine from my love, you will be renewed again. Remember Moses when he came down from my presence and his face carried a light he did not manufacture. He had been with me. That was the secret. My child, your light grows strongest when you are not trying to impress the world but quietly dwelling with me. What is formed in secret will be seen in public without you needing to force it. So come close each day. Let my word fill you. Let prayer soften you. Let mercy cleanse your motives. Let truth steady your mind. Let love keep you warm. The world does not need another frightened voice wearing spiritual language. It needs children of God whose lives carry the fragrance of Christ. Shine when it is easy and shine when it costs you something. Shine in patience. Shine in courage. Shine in humility. Shine in hope. Shine by refusing to become bitter. Shine by telling the truth with love. Shine by returning to me when your own heart feels dim. And as you learn to shine, I will also show you what has been dimming your light. Much of the noise you have allowed into your mind has fed fear, comparison, anger, and weariness. The next step is to shut the door on the world's noise so my voice can become clear again in the quiet chambers of your heart. My beloved child, now that you are learning to shine, I want you to notice what has been dimming your light. Much of the heaviness you feel did not begin inside you. It entered through doors you left open too long. A headline here, a cruel comment there, a fearful conversation, an endless scroll, a screen glowing in the dark when your soul needed rest. Little by little, the noise of the world crowded the quiet place where my voice was meant to be heard. I am not asking you to hate the world or hide from life. I am asking you to guard what enters your heart. You cannot drink fear all day and wonder why peace feels far away. You cannot feed on comparison every night and wonder why gratitude feels weak in the morning. You cannot let every angry voice, every urgent alert, every stranger's opinion, and every polished image shape your thoughts and still expect your soul to remain steady without returning to me. My child, your mind was not created to be a marketplace for every panic in the world. Your heart was not created to carry every crisis, every rumor, every argument, and every image that passes before your eyes. You are human. You are precious. You are not built to absorb endless noise and still remain untouched. Even a strong vessel must be filled with what gives life, not what poisons it slowly. I see you reaching for your phone before you reach for prayer. I see the way one message can shift your mood. I see how you compare your ordinary life to carefully chosen moments from someone else's life. I see you looking at faces that seem happier, homes that seem cleaner, families that seem easier, bodies that seem stronger, and futures that seem brighter. Then you look at your own life and feel behind small and not enough. Beloved, much of what you are seeing is not the whole truth. It is a window edited to show only a piece. Do not let a partial picture become a full judgment against your life. Do not let someone else's highlight become evidence that I have forgotten you. I am working in your real life, not in the perfect image you think you should have by now. I am with you in the messy kitchen, the quiet bedroom, the unpaid responsibility, the tired morning, the simple act of continuing. Your life is not less loved because it does not look polished. The news may tell you to fear tomorrow. Social media may tell you to compare today. The voices around you may tell you to hurry, prove, argue, react, and defend yourself. But my voice will not shout over all of that forever while you keep turning the volume higher. There are moments when love says, turn it down, step away, close the door, come back to quiet. As it is written in Psalm chapter 46, verse 10, be still and know that I am God. Be still, my child, not because nothing matters, but because I matter most. Be still, not because the world is peaceful, but because I am your peace. Be still, not because you have no responsibilities, but because your responsibilities were never meant to replace my presence. I want you to practice a holy closing of doors. Close the door on the endless feed when it begins to feed anxiety. Close the door on conversations that only stir anger and fear. Close the door on voices that mock what is sacred inside you. Close the door on late-night scrolling that leaves your soul restless. Close the door on comparison before it teaches you to despise the life I have given you. This does not mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop letting the world's chaos become the ruler of your inner life. You can be informed without being consumed. You can love others without carrying every burden as if you are their savior. You can live in this world without letting the world's noise become your master. Remember Elijah after the fire on Mount Carmel. He had seen my power, yet he became exhausted and afraid. He needed food, rest, and the gentle sound of my voice. I did not meet him in the loud wind, the shaking earth, or the fire. I met him in a low whisper. My beloved child, if you fill every silent space with noise, how will your heart recognize the whisper that heals it? The enemy does not always need to destroy your faith directly. Sometimes he only needs to distract it until it grows thin. He fills your day with urgent things so you forget eternal things. He fills your eyes with comparison so you forget gratitude. He fills your ears with fear so you forget my promises. He fills your mind with arguments so you forget prayer. That is why you must become intentional about quiet. Create a sacred pause. Put the phone down for a while. Turn the screen away. Let the room become simple again. Breathe. Sit with me before you check what the world is saying. Give me the first space in your attention, not the leftover space after your soul is already overwhelmed. Let your morning begin with my truth. Let your night end under my peace. Say this softly. Father, quiet the noise in me. Teach me to hear your voice again. Help me close the doors that have been draining my peace. Fill my mind with what is true, pure, and life-giving. I return my attention to you. My child, attention is a form of worship. What you keep turning toward will shape what grows inside you. If you turn constantly toward fear, fear will deepen its roots. If you turn toward anger, anger will become familiar. If you turn toward my word, my presence, and my love, peace will begin to grow again. Slowly, steadily, quietly, your inner world will become a garden instead of a battlefield. I will not compete with noise forever. I will wait with mercy, but I am calling you to choose the sound that forms your soul. Choose the voice that gives life. Choose the quiet where love can speak clearly today. Do not be afraid of the quiet. At first, silence may feel uncomfortable because it reveals what noise has been covering. You may notice tiredness. You may notice sadness. You may notice longing. Bring all of it to me. Quiet is not empty when I am there. Quiet can become the room where healing begins. I am inviting you to protect the lamp of your heart. The wind outside may be strong, but you do not have to open every window. Guard the flame. Feed it with truth. Shelter it with prayer. Let my presence make it steady again. And as the world's noise fades, you will hear another sound rising within you. The sound of my word, living and steady, ready to feed what noise could only exhaust. The next step is to open the scripture and let truth become the bread your soul has been hungry for. My beloved child, now that the noise of the world has begun to grow quiet, I want you to reach for what can truly feed you. Do not leave your soul hungry after closing the door on fear. Silence is not the final destination. Silence is the table being cleared so my word can be placed before you like fresh bread. You have eaten too long from things that could not nourish you. Opinions gave you urgency, but not wisdom. News gave you information, but not peace. Comparison gave you pressure, but not identity. The endless scroll gave you movement, but not direction. My child, a soul can be full of noise and still be starving. I am inviting you now to be fed by truth that does not expire. Open my word slowly, not like a task you must complete, not like a student rushing through pages to prove something. Open it like a child opening a letter from the Father who knows them completely. Open it like someone thirsty reaching for water in a dry land. Open it like someone coming home to a voice that has been waiting patiently beneath every other voice. As it is written in Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Beloved, your body needs bread, and your soul needs truth. You are not designed to live only on plans, income, advice, entertainment, or human approval. You were designed to live by what I speak. My word is not cold ink on a page. It is living, active, breathing with the power of my spirit. It reaches places no human sentence can reach. It can enter the anxious thought before it becomes panic. It can enter the broken memory before it becomes shame. It can enter the lonely place before it becomes despair. It can enter the tired heart and remind it that hope is still alive. Do not say, I have heard these verses before, as if familiarity means they have finished their work. A well does not become useless because you have drunk from it before. A fire does not become powerless because it warmed you yesterday. Return again, drink again, sit near the flame again. My word has fresh mercy for the same heart, even when the same heart comes back weary. When you read, do not rush past the promise. Pause, let it look at you. Let it search you with kindness. Let it correct what fear has twisted. Let it comfort what grief has bruised. Let it name what shame has mislabeled. Let it steady what the world has shaken. Truth is not only something you study. Truth is someone you meet, and I meet you through my word. Think of the Israelites in the wilderness. I gave manna each morning, enough for that day. They could not store yesterday's manna and live on it forever. They had to gather again. My child, I am teaching you daily dependence. Yesterday's strength was real, but today, your heart needs today's bread. Come gather what I have for you now. There may be mornings when you open Scripture and feel nothing. Do not be discouraged. A seed does not shout when it enters the soil, but life is still being planted. A meal does not always feel dramatic, but it still strengthens the body. My word may work quietly before it works visibly. Keep coming, keep opening, keep receiving. You have carried lies that sounded convincing because you heard them so often. My word will begin to separate lie from truth. When the lie says you are alone, my word says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. When the lie says you are beyond repair, my word says, I make all things new. When the lie says your future is dark, my word says, I know the plans I have for you, plans for hope. When the lie says your weakness disqualifies you, my word says, my grace is sufficient. Let these truths become stronger than the voices that have wounded you. Speak them softly in the room. Write them down if you need to. Carry them into your day. Place them where your eyes will see them. Let them become bread in the morning, water at noon, and a lamp at night. As it is written in Psalm chapter 119, verse 105, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Notice, beloved, a lamp does not always show the whole road. It shows the next step. I know you want to see everything. I know you want the full map. But often I give light for the step in front of you, so you will keep walking close to me. When confusion rises, return to the lamp. When fear grows loud, return to the lamp. When your emotions change, return to the lamp. When people speak over you with pressure, return to the lamp. My word will not flatter your fear. It will guide your feet. My beloved child, prayer and scripture belong together. Do not read as if I am absent from the room. Read with me. Ask me, Father, what are you showing me? Ask me, what truth do I need today? Ask me, what lie must I release? Ask me, where are you inviting me to trust? I am not far from the pages. I am near, speaking through them to the exact place in you that needs light. Sometimes one line will be enough. One verse may become the hand that holds you through the day. One promise may become the anchor that keeps you from drifting. Do not measure the power of my word by how many chapters you finish. Receive what I am giving. Let it go deep. And as my truth feeds you, your inner world will change. The hunger for noise will lessen. The need to compare will weaken. The panic of tomorrow will lose some of its grip. Peace will begin to grow where fear had planted weeds. Wisdom will begin to rise where confusion had built a fog. Stay with my word, beloved. Let it wash your thoughts, feed your faith, renew your mind, and remind you who I am. You are not trying to become strong apart from me. You are being nourished by my voice. Do not be ashamed if you need to begin simply. Read one passage. Sit with one promise. Whisper one prayer. I will not mock a small beginning. I will meet you there with patience, because a heart turning toward my word is already turning toward life. And I will keep feeding you with grace each day until your strength returns and your soul learns peace. And as truth feeds you, you will begin to notice something tender. Even in the quiet room, even when no human voice is near, you are not alone. My word is not only bread. It is my presence reaching for you, and the next step is to let that presence meet the loneliness you have been carrying in silence. My beloved child, as my word begins to feed your soul, I want to speak to the loneliness you have carried quietly. Not the kind of loneliness people always notice. Not the kind that disappears just because someone sits beside you. I am speaking to the loneliness that can follow you into a crowded room, sit beside you at dinner, ride with you in the car, and still whisper that no one truly knows what is happening inside you. I see you in the quiet room. I see the chair that stays empty. I see the walls that hear more sighs than laughter. I see the nights when the house becomes still and your thoughts grow loud. I see the moments when you reach for your phone, not because you need information, but because silence feels too heavy. I see the ache you do not know how to explain. My child, the silence around you is not proof that you are abandoned. The absence of a human voice does not mean the absence of my presence. Do not let a quiet room preach lies to you. Do not let empty space tell you that you are forgotten. I am closer than the breath moving through your lungs. I am nearer than the beating of your heart. I am with you right now. As it is written in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let this promise sit with you in the room. Let it stand beside the chair. Let it fill the hallway. Let it rest over your bed. Let it enter the place where loneliness has been speaking too often. Never means never, beloved. I do not leave when people leave. I do not disappear when the room becomes quiet. You may say, Father, I know you are with me, but I still feel alone. I understand. I do not shame you for feeling what you feel. Feelings are not always the enemy. Sometimes they are the door through which you finally bring your hidden pain to me. Bring that loneliness. Do not decorate it. Do not explain it away. Bring it honestly, and let me meet you there. Remember Elijah under the broom tree. He felt weary, isolated, and ready to stop running. He thought he was alone, but I saw him. I fed him. I gave him rest. I spoke to him with gentleness. I reminded him that the story was bigger than what his exhausted heart could see. My beloved child, exhaustion can make loneliness feel final, but my presence tells the truth beyond your tiredness. You are part of something greater than the room you are sitting in. Your life is connected to my family across the earth and across time. You may not see all who pray, all who believe, all who have walked this road of faith before you, but you are not standing alone in history. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, by stories of endurance, by prayers planted before you arrived, by faith passed through generations. Think of someone who prayed for you before you even understood prayer. A grandmother, a parent, a friend, a quiet believer, perhaps someone whose name you barely remember. Their prayers did not vanish. Their love was not wasted. There are seeds of mercy in your life that came from prayers whispered long before this moment. You are walking on ground watered by grace. And even when human support feels far away, heaven is not empty. My care surrounds you in ways you cannot fully see. I send help you do not always recognize. I open doors quietly. I strengthen you through small mercies. I guard you in moments you thought you simply survived. One day you will understand how much was happening behind the scenes while you believed nothing was happening at all. My child, do not let isolation make you believe every dark thought that enters your mind. Loneliness can magnify lies. It can make a temporary feeling sound like a permanent sentence. It can say no one cares. No one would understand. No one would notice. But I notice. I care. I understand more deeply than words can reach. There are people I have placed or will place along your path. Do not close your heart so tightly that help cannot enter. Not everyone will misuse your honesty. Not everyone will misunderstand your pain. Ask me for wisdom. Ask me to lead you towards safe, faithful, gentle people who can speak truth, pray with you, and remind you that you do not have to carry every burden in secret. But until their voices arrive, my voice is already here. Sit with me. Speak to me in the quiet. Tell me the simple truth. Say, Father, I feel alone tonight. Say, Father, I need your nearness. Say, Father, remind me that I belong. You do not need impressive words. Honest words are enough. I will meet you in the quiet room. I will turn the silence from an enemy into a sanctuary. I will teach you that stillness can hold peace, not only pain. I will let my presence rest over the corners of your life that have felt cold. I will warm the places where rejection left its shadow. I will speak your name in the inward place where no human voice can reach. You belong to me, beloved. You belong in my family. You belong in the story of redemption. You belong among those I have loved, called, carried, and restored. Do not let one lonely season convince you that you are without place. Seasons change. My covenant does not. Lift your eyes even if tears are near. The room is not as empty as loneliness says. My spirit is there. My love is there. My promises are there. My attention is there. The prayers of the faithful are joining a song much bigger than your present sorrow. You are held inside a communion that distance cannot break. My beloved child, I know the difference between being alone and being unseen. I know you can answer messages, attend gatherings, sit beside people, and still feel like your real heart is behind glass. You have wondered whether anyone would stay if they knew the full weight of your thoughts. Hear me now. I already know, and I stay. I know the fear beneath your smile. I know the tiredness behind your helpfulness. I know the questions you carry after everyone else has gone home. I do not love a polished version of you. I love the real you, the hidden you, the one who longs to be known without being rejected. Rest in that love tonight slowly. Let it become first light in your lonely places and teach your heart to breathe. And as you receive my nearness, I will also give you permission to feel what you have been holding back. You do not need to stay strong by hiding your tears. The next step is to let them fall in my presence, because tears offered to me are not wasted. They are part of the healing I am already beginning in you. My beloved child, now that you know I am near in the quiet room, I want you to stop holding back the tears you have been fighting for so long. Let them fall. Do not rush to wipe them away. Do not apologize for them. Do not call them weakness when they are often the language of a heart that has carried too much in silence. I have seen how hard you try to stay composed. I have seen you walk into rooms with a careful smile while your soul was aching beneath the surface. I have seen you answer, "I am fine," when fine was far from the truth. I have seen you keep working, keep helping, keep listening, keep providing, keep encouraging others, while a part of you quietly wondered when someone would notice that you needed comfort too. My child, you do not have to perform strength before me. You do not have to arrange your emotions into something acceptable. You do not have to bring me a clean, polished version of your heart. Bring me the honest one. Bring me the one that is tired. Bring me the one that still remembers words that hurt. Bring me the one that still grieves what ended, what changed, what was lost, what never became what you hoped it would be. There are tears you have swallowed because you did not want to worry others. There are tears you held back because you thought crying would make you seem ungrateful. There are tears you buried because someone once used your vulnerability against you. I know the moment you decided to become harder. I know the day your heart learned to hide, and I am not here to shame you for surviving that way. I am here to show you that you are safe with me now. As it is written in Psalm chapter 56, verse 8, "You have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle." Beloved, not one honest tear is ignored by me. I do not treat your sorrow as an inconvenience. I do not turn away when your voice breaks. I gather what others missed. I hold what you could not explain. I remember what the world walked past. Let the tears fall for the years you had to be strong before you were ready. Let them fall for the relationships that changed you. Let them fall for the prayers that seemed to return with silence. Let them fall for the version of yourself you miss, the innocence that was bruised, the hope that became cautious, the dreams you placed quietly in a drawer because disappointment made them painful to touch. But hear me, my beloved child, tears are not the end of healing. They are often the doorway into it. When water flows through dry ground, it softens what has become hard. When honest sorrow moves through the soul, it creates space for grace. You have been holding grief like a sealed jar inside your chest. I am inviting you to open it in my presence, not so it can drown you, but so I can cleanse what has been trapped there. Remember Mary and Martha when Lazarus died. They were grieving. Their hearts were full of questions. They knew I loved them, yet they still felt the ache of loss. And when I came near the tomb, I wept. John chapter 11, verse 35 says, Jesus wept. My child, understand this. I did not stand far from human sorrow. I entered it. I felt it. I stood near tears, and I did not despise them. So do not believe the lie that faith must always look dry-eyed and unshaken. Real faith can weep and still trust. Real faith can tremble and still reach for my hand. Real faith can say, Lord, this hurts, and still believe I am good. Your tears do not offend my holiness. They invite my tenderness into the places where pain has been waiting. There is a difference between honest sorrow and hopeless despair. Honest sorrow brings the pain into my arms. Hopeless despair tells you there is no arm to receive you. Honest sorrow says, Father, I am hurting. Hopeless despair says, I am alone, and nothing can change. I am calling you away from hopelessness, but I am not calling you away from honesty. Bring me the truth of your heart. Let your tears become prayer when words are too heavy. Let a quiet cry say what your mouth cannot form. Let your breathing slow while you sit with me. I understand the language of sighs. I understand the sentence hidden inside a single tear. I do not require a perfect explanation before I come close. My beloved child, some of your healing will begin when you stop defending yourself from your own feelings. You have judged your sadness. You have hurried your grief. You have told yourself you should be over it by now. But I am more patient with you than you are with yourself. Healing is not always instant. Sometimes it is a gentle unfolding layer by layer, memory by memory, breath by breath, until the heart learns it no longer has to hide. Do not let pride keep the wall standing. Do not let fear say, if I cry, I will fall apart forever. You will not fall beyond my reach. I am beneath you, around you, and within you by my Spirit. If the tears come, let them come with me near. If the ache rises, let it rise into my hands. If the old wound speaks, let my love answer it. I am washing bitterness out of places where it settled quietly. I am softening the parts of you that pain tried to harden. I am turning your tears into tenderness, your grief into compassion, your honesty into freedom. One day you will comfort someone else with the comfort I am giving you now. Your sorrow surrendered to me will not be wasted. Rest here, beloved. Lean your tired heart against me. You do not have to explain everything today. You do not have to fix everything today. Let the tears fall and let my peace meet them as they come. I am not embarrassed by your brokenness. I am not impatient with your healing. I am the Father who stays. Do not fear the quiet after the crying. Sometimes after tears your soul feels empty, but that emptiness is not abandonment. It is room. Room for my peace. Room for new breath. Room for a softer heart. Room for a clearer voice. I will not leave the room when your tears stop. I will remain and I will fill the space they opened with hope again. Hope that is quiet at first but true and steady in me again. And when your tears have opened your hands, I will begin to show you what you have been holding too tightly. Some things are temporary, yet you have carried them as if they were eternal. The next step is to release what cannot last and choose the treasure that remains forever in my kingdom. My beloved child, when your tears have opened your hands, I want you to look gently at what you have been holding so tightly. Some of these things are not evil in themselves. Money, security plans, possessions, achievements, reputation, comfort, and dreams can have a place in your life. But when temporary things become the anchor of your soul, they begin to demand what only I was meant to receive. You have worried over what can be lost, broken, stolen, delayed, or taken from your hands. You have stayed awake thinking about numbers on a screen, bills on a table, the future of your work, the condition of your home, the opinions of people, and the fragile sense of safety you try to build around yourself. I see how hard you have tried to protect your life from uncertainty. But my child, earthly things are too small to carry the weight of your peace. They change, they fade, they age. They move in and out of your life like seasons. A full account can still leave a heart empty. A beautiful home can still hold a lonely soul. A praised achievement can still fail to quiet the fear inside. This is why I am not merely asking you to let go. I am inviting you to choose what cannot be shaken. As it is written in Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 and verse 20, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Beloved, this is not a call to hate the earth. It is a call to stop letting earth become your God. Use what is temporary with wisdom, but do not worship it. I know why you hold tightly. You have felt lack before. You have watched opportunities disappear. You have known what it feels like to need help and not know where it would come from. You have seen people measure worth by income, appearance, title, and success. So you began to clutch what seemed to offer safety. But what you clutch too tightly can quietly begin to clutch you back. Open your hands, not because nothing matters, but because I matter most. Open your hands so your possessions do not possess you. Open your hands so your plans can be surrendered to my wisdom. Open your hands so generosity can flow through you instead of fear locking everything inside. Open your hands so you can receive what I am giving now, not only protect what you are afraid to lose. Remember the rich young ruler. He came near with desire, but his heart was tied to what he owned. I looked at him with love. I did not hate him for his wealth. I loved him enough to reveal what held him. My child, I also reveal what holds you, not to shame you, but to free you. Whatever you cannot place before me has become too heavy for your heart. You may not be rich in the way the world counts riches, but you can still cling tightly to control, comfort, approval routines, old identities, or the image of the life you thought you would have by now. Temporary treasure is not only money, it is anything you fear losing more than you trust me. It is anything that makes obedience feel too costly. It is anything that says, I will give you peace if you never let me go. My beloved child, eternal treasure looks different. It is love that remains when applause fades. It is mercy given when revenge would feel easier. It is forgiveness chosen when pride wants to stay cold. It is time spent with someone who feels invisible. It is truth spoken gently. It is prayer whispered for a person who may never know you prayed. It is generosity offered without needing your name attached to it. Heaven notices these things. Heaven records what the world scrolls past. A cup of water given in love is not forgotten. A kind word spoken to a weary soul is not wasted. A hidden act of obedience is not small in my kingdom. The world may count what can be displayed, but I count what was done from love. Think of the widow who gave her small offering. Others may have seen little, but I saw her trust. She gave from the heart, not for attention, not to impress, not because the amount looked great to human eyes. I saw treasure in her surrender. My child, I still see that way. I see the small act done with a large love. So begin to invest differently. Call the person you have been avoiding because pride made the distance feel easier. Forgive the debt that keeps your heart tied to bitterness when wisdom allows. Encourage someone who seems strong but is quietly tired. Give time to what heals instead of only to what impresses. Build a home where love matters more than appearances. Build a life where prayer matters more than performance. You do not need to abandon responsibility to choose eternal treasure. Pay what must be paid. Work with diligence. Plan with wisdom. Care for your family. Steward what I place in your hands. But do all of it with open hands and a surrendered heart. Let money serve love. Let success serve purpose. Let possessions serve hospitality. Let time serve what is holy. Do not let these things become masters over you. There is freedom when temporary things return to their rightful place. You can enjoy gifts without being ruled by them. You can lose something without losing yourself. You can be generous without fear deciding every measure. You can live simply gratefully and courageously because your deepest treasure is secure in me. As it is written in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. My beloved child, train your eyes to see beyond the visible. The loving word, the faithful prayer, the quiet sacrifice, the soul encouraged, the forgiveness released, the truth held with humility. These are not small, these are eternal seeds. Your legacy will not be measured only by what you gathered, but by what flowed through you. Love-given prayers, offered burdens, lifted truth, spoken peace, carried mercy, shown these follow you farther than anything stored in a room. Choose them daily, and you will become rich in ways the world cannot calculate or ever take away from you. Do not be afraid to release what cannot last. I am not taking life from you. I am teaching you where life truly is. What you place in my hands is never wasted. What you give in love is never lost. What you surrender in obedience becomes part of a treasure that time cannot touch. And as your hands open to eternal treasure, I will draw your attention to something even nearer than any possession, plan, or dream. I will teach you to feel my presence in the room where you are closer than the breath in your lungs, steady enough to hold you when everything temporary feels uncertain. My beloved child, now that your hands are opening to what is eternal, I want you to become aware of what is already near. You have searched for peace in things you could hold, arrange, earn, save, protect, and prove. But I am closer than all of them. I am not waiting at the end of a distant road. I am here in this room, in this breath, in this quiet moment where your heart is learning to listen. Pause now. Do not rush past this. Let your body become still. Let your shoulders soften. Let your hands rest open. Let the room around you become simple again. You do not need to perform. You do not need to impress me with perfect words. You do not need to fix your thoughts before you come near. I am already near. My child, I am closer than the breath moving through your lungs. I am closer than the pulse beating quietly in your chest. I am closer than the chair beneath you, the walls around you, the floor under your feet. You have often imagined me far away watching from a distance, waiting for you to become stronger before I come close. But that is not who I am. I am the Father who draws near to the weary child. As it is written in Psalm chapter 139, verse 7, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? Beloved, there is no room where I cannot find you. There is no night where I cannot see you. There is no silence where I cannot speak. There is no loneliness so deep that my presence cannot enter and fill it with light. I see you sitting there with more on your mind than anyone around you knows. I see the thoughts you have been carrying quietly. I see the places where uncertainty has made your heart tense. I see the questions you keep returning to. I see the tiredness beneath your efforts to stay composed. And I want you to know this. You do not have to invite me into what I already see. You only need to become aware that I am here with you. Breathe in slowly. Let your breath remind you that life is being given to you again in this moment. Breathe out slowly. Release the pressure to understand everything right now. With each breath, remember I am here. With each breath, remember you are held. With each breath, remember your Father has not walked away. My presence is not an idea for your mind alone. It is comfort for your whole being. It is peace for your nervous thoughts. It is rest for your tired body. It is warmth for the places inside you that grew cold from fear, rejection, or disappointment. Let my nearness travel into those hidden places. Let my love reach the parts of you that have been bracing for pain. Think of the prodigal son returning home. Before he could finish his prepared speech, the father ran to him. The father did not wait at the doorway with crossed arms. He ran. He embraced. He covered shame with love. My beloved child, when you turn toward me, you do not meet distance. You meet arms that have been open longer than you realized. You may feel unworthy of my nearness. You may think, Father, if you truly knew the whole of me, you would step back. But I already know the whole of you, and I have stepped closer. I know the fear, the doubt, the weakness, the frustration, the hidden questions, the habits you wish were gone, the wounds you still do not fully understand. I know, and I remain. That is the safety I am giving you now. Not the safety of a life without storms, but the safety of being held inside the storm. Not the safety of controlling every outcome, but the safety of knowing my presence will not abandon you when outcomes change. Not the safety of being understood by everyone, but the safety of being completely known by me and loved still. My child, let the room become a sanctuary. The ordinary place where you sit can become holy because I am there. The bedroom where you have cried can become a meeting place. The kitchen where you have worried can become an altar of trust. The car where you have whispered tired prayers can become a chapel on wheels. The office where you feel pressure can become a place where my peace guards your heart. Do not wait for a church building to believe I am near. Do not wait for music, perfect lighting, or the right feeling. I meet you in ordinary places because I love ordinary people with eternal love. I meet you while dishes wait in the sink, while bills sit on the table, while the world outside continues making noise. I enter the real life you are living, not the polished life you wish you could present. As it is written in James chapter 4, verse 8, draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. This drawing near can begin simply: a whispered prayer, an open Bible, a quiet breath, a surrendered tear, a hand placed over your heart while you say, Father, I am here with you. I do not despise simple beginnings. I meet sincerity with mercy. Stay here for a little while. Let my presence settle over you like morning light entering a room slowly. You do not need to chase a feeling. You do not need to force an emotion. Just remain aware. I am with you. I am for you. I am surrounding you with love that is stronger than what you fear. The more you practice my presence, the less empty silence will feel. The more you notice me near, the less the world's approval will control you. The more you rest in my nearness, the more your heart will learn that peace is not found in perfect circumstances. Peace is found in communion with me. My beloved child, this is why the enemy works so hard to distract your mind. He knows that a heart aware of my presence becomes difficult to terrify. A soul resting in my love becomes harder to manipulate. A child who knows the Father is near begins to walk with steadiness even when the path is uncertain. So receive this moment. Receive my nearness. Receive the quiet strength of being held. Let your breath become prayer. Let your room become sacred. Let your heart stop running and sit with me. I will teach you to notice the difference between my gentle whisper and the anxious noise that tries to pull your soul away from peace each day. And as you learn to rest in my presence, I will teach you to guard the place where many battles begin. Your mind is a doorway, and not every thought deserves entrance. The next step is to stand watch over that doorway with my truth, so the peace you are receiving now will not be stolen by voices I never sent. My beloved child, now that you are learning to rest in my presence, I want you to guard the place where many battles begin. Your mind is a doorway. Not every thought that knocks deserves to enter. Not every fear that speaks deserves your agreement. Not every memory that returns deserves a chair in the center of your heart. You must learn to stand watch with me. For too long you have allowed thoughts to walk in without question. A worry appears and you follow it. A painful memory rises and you sit with it for hours. A possible disaster forms in your imagination, and your body reacts as if it has already happened. My child, this is how peace gets drained quietly. The door was left open and fear came in wearing familiar clothing. I am not angry with you for struggling in your thoughts. I know the pressure you have lived under. I know the voices that shaped you, the words people spoke, the disappointments that trained your mind to expect pain. I know why your thoughts run ahead trying to protect you. But protection without truth becomes a prison. I am teaching you a better way. Your mind is not a trash field for the enemy to throw every anxious, bitter, hopeless, and accusing thought. Your mind is a garden where my truth is meant to grow. What you allow to take root will eventually bear fruit. If fear is planted, fear will spread. If resentment is watered, resentment will grow. If my word is planted, peace, wisdom, and courage will begin to rise. As it is written in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23, guard your heart above all else, for everything you do flows from it. Beloved, this guarding is not fear, it is wisdom. You lock a door at night not because you hate the world, but because what is inside your home is valuable. Your inner life is valuable. Your peace is valuable. Your attention is valuable. Your faith is valuable. When a thought knocks pause, do not invite it in simply because it feels strong. Ask, is this thought from truth or from fear? Does it draw me closer to the Father or push me into panic? Does it lead me toward wisdom or trap me in endless rehearsing? Does it carry correction with hope or accusation without mercy? Learn to test what enters. There will be thoughts that sound like your own voice but carry the spirit of condemnation. They say you always fail. You are too late. Nothing will change. No one cares. God is tired of you. Reject them. Do not treat them as prophecy. Do not build your day around them. They are not my voice. My voice may correct you, but it will never bury you. My voice may reveal what must change, but it will always invite you toward life. My voice brings light, not hopelessness. My voice brings conviction, not crushing shame. My voice brings truth with the door of mercy open. As it is written in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5, take every thought captive to obey Christ. This does not mean you will never have dark or fearful thoughts. It means you do not let them roam freely and rule your inner home. You take them by the hand, bring them into my light, and say, this thought must bow to Jesus. So when anxiety says everything is falling apart, answer, my Father is holding me. When fear says tomorrow is unsafe, answer, grace will meet me there. When shame says I am my worst mistake, answer, I am redeemed. When loneliness says I am forgotten, answer, the Lord is near. When anger says hold the wound forever, answer, forgiveness will guard my heart from becoming bitter. This is how you clean the room of your mind, not by pretending the thoughts never came, but by refusing to let them live there. Open the windows to truth. Let my word breathe through the place where fear has grown stale. Let prayer sweep out the dust of old accusations. Let gratitude place fresh light on the table. My child, be patient with yourself. A mind trained by fear may not become quiet in one day, but every time you choose truth, a new path forms inside you. Every time you refuse a lie, its grip weakens. Every time you return to my word, your thoughts learn a new direction. This is renewal. This is healing. This is victory growing quietly. Think of Nehemiah rebuilding the wall around Jerusalem. The work mattered because the city needed protection. Enemies mocked, threatened, and tried to distract him, but he kept building with focus. My beloved child, your mind also needs a restored wall. Not a wall that shuts out love, but a wall that refuses invasion from lies. Build with me, stone by stone, truth by truth, prayer by prayer. Do not let every notification become a trumpet in your soul. Do not let every opinion become a judge over your peace. Do not let every fear become a command. You are not helpless before your thoughts. I have given you my spirit, my word, and my presence. Use what I have given. Stand at the door with me. Fill your mind deliberately. Think on what is true, honorable, just, pure, lovely, and worthy of praise, as it is written in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. This is not pretending. This is choosing the soil where your peace will grow. Your thoughts need direction just as a river needs banks. Tonight, if worry comes again, do not open the door wide. Sit with me. Breathe slowly. Speak truth softly. Say, my mind belongs to Christ. My peace is guarded by God. My future is not ruled by panic. My heart is safe in the Father's hands. My beloved child, do not only remove the wrong thoughts, replace them with living truth. An empty room will not stay empty for long. Invite my promises to dwell there. Memorize one verse. Repeat one truth during the day. Whisper one prayer when the old pattern begins. Let your mind become a home where my peace is welcomed, not a hallway where fear keeps passing through. You may need to choose this many times in one day, and that does not mean you are failing. It means you are learning. A guard does not abandon the gate because someone knocks more than once. A gardener does not stop tending the soil because weeds return. Keep guarding. Keep planting. Keep returning. I am with you in the repetition. Little by little, the atmosphere within you will change. The same situation may remain outside, but inside your thoughts will become less storm-driven and more spirit-led. You will notice the pause before panic. You will notice truth rising sooner. You will notice peace taking its place again. And when the battle in your mind feels heavy, I will show you another weapon, a holy sound that darkness cannot understand. The next step is to open your mouth in the midnight hour and let praise rise even before the prison doors open. My beloved child, when the battle in your mind grows heavy, I want you to open your mouth and let praise rise. Not only when the answer has arrived, not only when the room feels bright, not only when your emotions are strong and your heart feels light. I am calling you to sing in the midnight hour when the night still feels long and the door has not yet opened. I know there are times when praise feels difficult. Your chest feels tight. Your thoughts feel crowded. Your body is tired from carrying responsibilities, fears, memories, and unanswered questions. The house becomes quiet, but your soul does not. You sit there with the weight of the day pressing against you, and silence feels almost too heavy to bear. My child, I see you there. The enemy expects pain to steal your song. He expects disappointment to close your mouth. He expects fear to make your heart silent. He expects you to agree with the darkness and say there is no reason to worship now. But praise in the night is powerful because it tells heaven, earth, and every shadow around you that your faith is not controlled by circumstances. Praise is not pretending. Praise does not say the prison is comfortable. Praise does not say the wound never hurt. Praise says, even here God is worthy. Even here God is near. Even here I will not let my sorrow become the only sound in the room. My beloved child, that kind of praise becomes a flame in the dark. Remember Paul and Silas in Acts chapter 16. Their bodies were hurting. Their feet were fastened. The walls around them were real. The midnight hour was not symbolic to them. It was dark, painful, and unjust. Yet they prayed and sang hymns to me. They did not wait until the chains fell before they lifted their voices. Their praise rose first, and then the prison shook. Do you see, my child? Freedom often begins before the visible door opens. Something changes in the spirit before it changes in the room. When you praise me while still waiting, you are declaring that the chain does not own your worship. The delay does not own your trust. The pain does not own your voice. I do. You do not need a perfect song. You do not need a trained voice. You do not need music playing in the background. You can hum softly. You can whisper one line of worship. You can speak thanks through tears. You can sing an old hymn you remember from childhood. You can create a simple song from the honest place inside you. I hear the heart, not the performance. Think of the songs your mother or grandmother may have carried quietly. Songs hummed while cooking, cleaning, waiting, grieving, or praying. Those melodies were often simple, but they held generations of faith. A song does not have to be polished to be holy. A trembling voice can carry worship that reaches my heart with great beauty. My child, when heaviness tries to cover you, let praise become your resistance. Not resistance filled with anger, but holy resistance filled with trust. When fear says, bow your head in defeat, praise says, my help comes from the Lord. When sorrow says, stay silent, praise says, I will bless the Lord even here. When anxiety says, everything is collapsing, praise says, my Father is still faithful. As it is written in Psalm chapter 34, verse 1, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. At all times, beloved. Not because all times feel easy, but because I remain good in all times. Praise anchors your heart to my character when your circumstances try to pull you into despair. There will be moments when your praise is loud and joyful. There will be moments when it is barely more than breath. Do not despise the small song. A small song offered in faith can pierce a dark room. A quiet thank you can push back a flood of fear. A whispered hallelujah can remind your soul that night is not eternal. Let praise change the atmosphere of your home. Let it fill the rooms where worry has lived. Let it rise in the car while you drive through another uncertain day. Let it enter the kitchen where you have counted bills and wondered how provision would come. Let it move through the bedroom where tears have fallen into the pillow. I am there, and I receive every sound offered to me. Praise also trains your memory. It reminds you of what I have already done. It brings back the moments when I carried you, opened a way, softened a heart, strengthened you, comforted you, or kept you from breaking. The more you remember my faithfulness, the less power fear has to convince you that I will fail you now. My beloved child, do not wait for your feelings to lead. Let faith begin the song, and feelings may follow later. Worship is not always the result of peace. Sometimes worship becomes the doorway into peace. Sometimes your voice rises weak, and peace comes slowly behind it like dawn following the first pale light in the sky. I am not demanding music from a wounded heart, as if your pain does not matter. I am inviting your wounded heart into a place where pain no longer sings alone. Bring me the broken note. Bring me the tired breath. Bring me the melody mixed with tears. I will receive it. I will meet you there. The prison may not shake in the exact way you expect. The answer may not arrive at the exact moment you choose. But praise will still do holy work within you. It will loosen despair. It will strengthen hope. It will remind your thoughts that I am present. It will open the inner room where fear had closed the curtains. So tonight, or whenever your midnight hour comes, sing. Sing softly if you must. Sing with tears if they come. Sing with a shaky voice. Sing one line again and again until your soul begins to breathe. Sing because I am worthy. Sing because you are held. Sing because the darkness is not final. Sing because heaven is listening and I am nearer than you know. My beloved child, I also sing over you. Even when your own voice feels weak, my love is not silent. I rejoice over you with gladness, as it is written in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17. Listen for my song beneath yours. Mine is the song of a father who protects, restores, and calls hope awake inside the weary places of your heart. Let that truth steady you now and make your song brave again. And as your song rises from the night, I will lift your eyes beyond the prison walls, beyond the temporary struggle, beyond the pain of this passing world. The next step is to open your spiritual eyes and see the eternal morning toward which I am leading you, where every faithful song finds its fullness in my presence. My beloved child, as your song rises in the midnight hour, I want to lift your eyes beyond the walls that feel so close around you. You have looked at the trouble in front of you for so long that your vision has grown narrow. You have measured life by the weight of today, by the pressure on your chest, by the questions still unanswered. But your story is larger than this passing night. Open your spiritual eyes now. Look beyond the temporary. Look beyond the noise, the bills, the worry, the aching memory, the uncertain road. These things feel powerful because they stand near you, but they are not eternal. They are not the final horizon. I am leading you toward a morning that cannot be swallowed by darkness, a kingdom that cannot be shaken, a home where love is complete. You are not only a body moving through days on the earth. You are a soul I formed with eternity in mind. You were made for more than survival, more than schedules, more than achievements, more than the approval of people, more than the pain that has tried to define you. Deep inside you, beneath fear and fatigue, there is a longing for what lasts. That longing is not foolish. I placed it there. As it is written in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. My child, train your heart to see this way. The visible world is real, but it is not all there is. The unseen promises of my kingdom are not fragile dreams. They are more solid than the ground beneath your feet. I know you have watched things change. People change. Seasons change. Strength changes. Plans change. Homes change. Bodies change. Even the things you once thought would always remain can shift in a moment. That is why I do not want your hope built only on what can be moved. Build your hope on me. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Think of Abraham, who lived as a stranger in the land of promise, yet looked forward to the city whose builder and maker is God. He walked by faith because he saw beyond what his eyes could hold. Beloved, I am teaching you that same sight. You can live responsibly on earth while your hope is anchored in heaven. You can love this life without making it your God. You can face tomorrow because eternity is already safe in my hands. Do not misunderstand me. I am not calling you to escape today. I am calling you to live today with eternal courage. When you know where the road ends, you can walk the road with steadier steps. When you know my kingdom is coming, you can serve in this world without being consumed by it. When you know death does not have the final word, fear loses its crown. My beloved child, there will come a day when every tear will be wiped away. Revelation chapter 21 verse 4 speaks of a day when death, mourning, crying, and pain will be no more. Let that promise comfort you, not to make you careless, but to strengthen you today. Your pain is not forever. Your grief is not forever. Your waiting is not forever. My love is forever. The eternal morning I am leading you toward is not cold or distant. It is not an empty idea. It is home. It is the fullness of my presence. It is the place where every faithful prayer, every hidden tear, every act of love, every surrender, every song sung in the night finds meaning in my light. Nothing given to me is lost. You will understand one day what you could not understand here. You will see how I carried you through rooms where you thought you stood alone. You will see how mercy followed you when you were too tired to notice. You will see how even delayed answers were held inside a wisdom deeper than your fear. Until that day, trust me, with the parts you cannot yet see. But until that day comes, live, my child. Live with hope. Live with kindness. Live with your hands open. Live with your heart turned toward me. Do not spend your life staring only at the shadows. Plant love. Speak truth. Forgive where grace leads. Encourage the weary. Pray for the hurting. Feed your soul with my word. Let your ordinary days become places where eternity shines. You are moving toward eternal morning, but you are also carrying my light into today. Every gentle word matters. Every hidden prayer matters. Every act of mercy matters. Every time you choose faith over fear, heaven sees. Every time you sing before the door opens, your worship is remembered. Every time you trust me when you do not understand, your soul grows in strength. My child, do not be afraid of the future. I am already there. Do not be afraid of what you cannot control. My hands are steady. Do not be afraid of the final chapters of your life. I am the resurrection and the life. I will not abandon you at any doorway. I will walk with you through every season until faith becomes sight. Lift your eyes now. The night is not the end. The storm is not the end. The waiting is not the end. The wound is not the end. The grave is not the end. I am the beginning and the end, and I hold your story from first breath to eternal morning. Let peace settle over you. Let hope rise. Let your heart remember the journey we have walked together. You paused. You listened. You rejected fear. You remembered you are my child. You released control. You trusted my timing. You left the graveyard of regret. You opened my word. You let tears fall. You guarded your mind. You sang in the night. And now I am asking you to keep walking with me. When this message ends, my presence does not end. When the sound fades, my voice remains. Return to me tomorrow. Return when fear knocks. Return when joy rises. Return when you feel strong, and return when you feel weak. I am not only the God of this moment. I am your Father for every moment ahead. So go forward, beloved one, not as someone who has all the answers, but as someone who is held by the one who does. Walk toward eternal morning with quiet courage. Carry my peace into your home. Carry my light into your work. Carry my love into the places that feel cold. Let your life become a living reminder that darkness does not win. And if this message has touched your heart, carry its light to someone else. Share hope with the weary. Speak life to the discouraged. Stay close to my word. Keep listening for my voice. I love you, my child. I am with you now. I will be with you tomorrow. And I will lead you step by step until every shadow gives way to the morning I have prepared for you.